guys, I'm Jewel from Rooster Sanctuary, and this is Jacques. Jacques was rescued about 5 to 6 years ago from a traffic stop in Wyoming. Jacques is a fighting rooster. He was bred to be fought. He was not trained to be fought. That's very important to know. So for thousands of years, people have been breeding specific breeds of roosters to fight. They haven't been training them. They condition them but not train them. So breeding them to fight means the ones that turn tail and run away, that won't continue fighting, those birds will get killed. The ones that don't give up fighting, keep fighting, show endurance and strength, they get bred. Now the ones that get bred and then fight and then win, they get bred some more and their offspring are worth some more. During this process they're given drugs and they're trained for endurance. So they're put in pools of water where they might be suspended, but their legs keep kicking, so that builds up some strength. They'll be held in a sling. One of them, a bait bird, will be held in a sling and circled around and around while a rooster on the ground chases him and just gets tired out to keep their endurance high, so that way once they're in the pit they can keep fighting and win and keep their strength up. They're given amphetamines and other stimulants to keep them in a constant fight or flight state, and they're traumatized. A lot of the ones that are more valuable on the street, they are they've been fought, or their dads have been fought multiple times and won. They're worth a lot more money. So there's a lot of money in having these more valuable birds, but it's in their breeding. So you can sell the baby of one of the winners and make a lot of money selling the baby. It's not because the baby's been trained, it's because of their bloodline, right? So now if you look at cows that people eat for meat, they grow really large and yield a lot of flesh, so that way people can eat them. Cows that are bred for milk, they produce a lot of milk, so that way there's a lot of profit compared to how much feed you have to put into growing those animals. Birds raised for their bodies, chickens that are raised for meat, their bodies grow really big really quickly. Hens raised for eggs, they grow real small, but they lay a lot of eggs. Now none of these animals have been trained to do what they do, right? You don't train a chicken to lay eggs. These birds haven't been trained to fight, they've been bred to fight. And then they've been given drugs, and then they've been in fighting pits. They've been slashed with knives from their opponent. They've been sewn up, sutured up without anesthetic, healed, and put back in the pit again. They're hurting. They're suffering. They're not mean. They need to recover. What they need in order to recover is to be themselves and to have a routine that they know that they're safe within. Now, there was a show recently that there was a conversation about fighting roosters, and I'm going to read word for word what I believe is an incredibly damaging conversation that happened on this show. Now, I just wrote down just a quick piece of this conversation. I'm going to read it to you. The woman says, "I got a call from my friend at Chicago Animal Care and Control. They just busted a cockfighting stint on the south side of Chicago. All other sanctuaries and rescues have taken all the hens, and there are 36 roosters left. She's wondering if we can take any." The man, he laughs. He laughs. "Cockfighting? That's like roosters attacking each other, woman. Exactly, like for sport. They're just brainwashed. They're so aggressive. Man, as aggressive as our current roosters? Woman, if you're already afraid of our 2 roosters, you're going to be more scared. Woman, they're mind brainwashed just to kill." That's not true. Okay, I've been battling. Jacques, you can go if you want, honey. I wouldn't say battling. I have been working with agencies across the United States to teach them that birds that have been used for cockfighting are not these things that the people on this show said. And it's taken a lot of work to get to where we've gotten. Okay, we've rescued 617 birds from cockfighting situations, and the ones that we don't keep go to great homes. They're lovely birds. They've also been bred, not just to not give up, but to be handled, because during their endurance training, they're handled a lot. The best, highest quality roosters bred for fighting are going to be handleable. They're going to be like Jacques here. They're not going to be kicking your legs or chasing after you like the birds in that show were. Likely, those birds in that show were abandoned not because of their personality, like they had mentioned in the show, but because people bought those chickens for hens so they could eat their eggs. But then, 4 months old, those roosters started to crow. They couldn't keep them. They got dumped. That's what happens. So that was a missed opportunity. And I understand, right? We're all learning. But don't do it at these birds' expense. They're lovely. They're lovely. And if you want to come visit them, come visit them. Send me an email, info@roostersanctuary.org. Right now, we're under COVID lockdown, but we won't be forever, I hope. Anyway, I hope you understand, right? They're hurting. They've been bred to do this. They're survivors. We're supposed to advocate for them. We're not supposed to cause harm. Thanks.